You know what's painful? Not the mistakes you made as an adult, but the moments from childhood you're still carrying inside you. The words that hurt you, the comparisons that broke you, the silence that made you invisible. Somewhere along the way, you stopped seeing yourself with love and started seeing yourself through the eyes of people who never understood your heart. And Master Cairo knows this. That is why he begins with a truth that pierces the soul. No child is born feeling not enough. Someone teaches them that. You feel that line deeply, because it's true. You didn't come into this world doubting yourself. You didn't come here feeling small or scared or unworthy. You learned those feelings. From a harsh tone, from an ignored cry, from a comparison that felt like a wound, from the moment someone made you believe you needed to earn love. Master Cairo writes, "The hurt you carry today is not grown-up pain. It is childhood pain wearing adult clothes." You pause because you recognize it. That tightness in your chest, that fear of disapproval, that constant need to prove yourself. Those are not adult fears. They're the echoes of a child who wasn't protected emotionally. Master Cairo explains, when a child stops receiving understanding, the child starts creating self-doubt. Think about your childhood. How often were you told to stay strong, to stay quiet, to never cry, to be perfect? Maybe you learned to hide your feelings. Maybe you learned that love comes after achievement. Maybe you learned that mistakes make you unworthy. And even now, as an adult, your inner child is still running your heart, still afraid, still trying, still hoping someone will finally say, "You're enough." The Master tells you gently, that child inside you never disappeared. They only got quieter. That's why you break so easily. That's why you fear failure. That's why you shrink when someone judges you. That's why you overthink small mistakes. That wounded child still thinks they're in danger. They still think they must earn acceptance to feel safe. And if this truth is speaking to you, subscribe, because this space is meant for people who want to heal deeply, not just move quickly. Master Cairo teaches in a way that blends ancient softness with modern understanding. He says, when you began feeling not enough, your spirit split. One part tried to grow, the other part stayed behind waiting for love. You realize you've spent your whole life trying to catch up to the version of yourself you think people will accept. You tried being perfect. You tried being strong. You tried being quiet. You tried being invisible. But none of that healed you, because the wound wasn't in your performance, the wound was in your childhood. Master Cairo writes, you grew older, but the pain stayed young. That line hits because you feel it. You know exactly what he means. That moment when someone scolded you too harshly. That moment when someone compared you to someone else. That moment when you asked for comfort and got silence. Those moments shaped the story of your worth. And now, as an adult, you confuse survival patterns with personality. You think being self-critical is normal. You think overthinking is natural. You think it's your job to carry everyone quietly. But no, these are childhood survival traits that became adult habits. Master Cairo gives you a soft but powerful truth. You are not broken. You are carrying a child who was hurt too early. He invites you to connect with that inner child, not to judge them, not to fix them, but to acknowledge them. Because that child has waited for years to be seen by you. They don't want perfection. They want peace. They want safety. They want warmth. They want someone to finally tell them, you don't have to try so hard anymore. Before ending this part, Master Cairo gives one small task. Place your hand on your heart and whisper, I'm here. Say it softly. Say it kindly. Say it as if you're talking to the child you once were. And if this touched something inside you, comment heal so others can feel less alone in their pain. Master Cairo ends part 1 with a final line. The child in you is not asking for perfection. They are asking for peace. Master Cairo begins the final part with a truth most people never hear. Healing does not come from understanding the past. Healing comes from giving the past what it never received. You feel that line deeply because you've spent years trying to outrun your childhood pain, trying to stay busy so you don't feel anything, trying to stay strong so no one sees how fragile you actually are. But Master Cairo explains, The child inside you doesn't need explanations. The child inside you needs safety. You realize something powerful. You cannot think your way out of childhood wounds. You must nurture your way out. He continues, your inner child does not heal through punishment. They heal through presence. And that's where modern healing begins. Presence, awareness, softness. Not perfection, not pressure. Master Cairo then teaches you the first modern solution, self-compassion training. He says, every time you speak harshly to yourself, imagine saying those words to a 5-year-old version of you. Suddenly things shift, because no one would ever tell a little child, you're worthless, you should be better, or you're not enough. Yet you say things like that to yourself every day. His solution is simple. Replace criticism with care. Replace pressure with patience. It sounds small, but it is life-changing. You begin treating yourself with the softness you never received. The second solution he teaches is rewriting your core belief. He knows that the belief, I am not enough, didn't come from adulthood. It came from childhood moments that shaped your identity unconsciously. So he gives you a modern practice. Every morning, touch your chest and say, I am allowed to be enough without proving anything. Repeat it slowly. Repeat it until it feels true. This rewires the emotional patterns that have chained you for years. Master Cairo moves on to the third modern solution, breaking the cycle of overachievement. He explains, when you grew up feeling unseen, you learned to chase validation. But adult validation is temporary. Self-recognition is permanent. He teaches you to celebrate small wins, not the big ones, the tiny ones. Waking up early, drinking water, cleaning your room, setting a boundary. These small wins tell your inner child, you're doing good, I see you. Slowly, the child inside you stops trying to earn worth and starts feeling worthy naturally. The next solution is emotional visibility. Master Cairo says, hidden wounds do not heal. You've been pretending for too long, pretending you're fine, pretending you don't care, pretending you don't hurt. But your inner child is tired of pretending. So he asks you, what emotion have you been hiding the longest? Acknowledge it. You don't have to fix it today. You only need to let it exist. Healing begins with honesty, not perfection. Next, he teaches reparenting in a simple modern way. He says, give yourself today what you needed back then. If you needed reassurance, speak kindly to yourself. If you needed space, give yourself rest. If you needed protection, set boundaries now. If you needed affection, place your hand on your heart and breathe slowly. Reparenting is not complicated. It is consistency. You don't heal by erasing the child. You heal by raising them again with love. Master Cairo gives one more powerful practice, the 1-minute peace ritual. He instructs, close your eyes, imagine the younger you standing in front of you. Walk toward them, kneel down, hold their shoulders gently. Tell them, you didn't deserve that pain. I'm here now. This reconnects the broken parts inside you. This tells your inner child they're finally safe. And if this ritual touched something in you, comment peace so others know healing is possible. He then explains the final modern solution, releasing inherited expectations. Many of your wounds did not originate from you. They came from stressed parents, overwhelmed teachers, society, culture, comparisons, pressure. He says, you cannot blame yourself for beliefs that were handed to you before you understood yourself. His solution is simple. Return what isn't yours. If a belief came from fear, return it. If a belief came from pressure, release it. If a belief came from someone else's disappointment, let it go. Your life is yours now. Live it without carrying the weight of others. Master Cairo ends his teaching with the truth your inner child has waited decades to hear. You were never the problem. You were a child searching for softness in a world that forgot how to give it. You breathe deeper. Something inside you loosens. Something feels lighter. Something feels understood for the first time. Before closing, he adds gently, if this helped you, subscribe. Share this healing with someone who still carries their childhood silently. You might give peace to a heart that hasn't rested in years. And now you finally understand. You were enough then, you are enough now, and the child inside you finally feels seen.